as might a harlot empress in a booze, nude, unashamed, exulting, she appraised her evil face, that love. So she, what a naked face, naked thing, is worse than Kali's dance. Naked Kali dancing on the head of the thing, that is terrible actually. Naked dance. Actually, let me see, I think I got a reference about Kali's dance also. 68.83. 68.83. I have almost opened there. That page. Last line. Creation and destruction, walls in arms, on the bosom of a torn and quaking earth,
You said 68?
all rain into a world of Kali's dance. All
68, you said?
68.83.
Point 83.
83.
Yeah.
Creation and destruction, walls in arms, on the bosom of a torn and quaking earth, all rage into a world of Kali's dance, naked Kali's dance. Well, I mean, it's not exactly the same thing. This is, in fact, this is worse than Kali's dance, what we are seeing here.
It's more like the Medusa. The every face of perilous beauty and charm. It's like the Medusa.
Yeah.
This one.
As might a harlot embrace in a booth, nude, unashamed, exulting, she appraised. I will scan this line as nude, as a headless line, a syllable by a foot by itself. I am unashamed, amphibrach, unashamed, exult. I am. She, prick, appraised, and I am again. So this is a very good example of a headless line, nude, that itself stands as a foot. Yeah, unashamed, amphibrach. You see, otherwise people will say nude, you see, it doesn't sound good. You see, yeah, it's a very strong case for what is called the headless line. Headless line is single monosyllabic foot occurring at the beginning of the line. Nude, unashamed, exulting, she appraised her evil face of perilous beauty and charm. So there cannot be more pornographic anything than that. That's it. You see, you see than that. You see, her evil face of perilous beauty and charm, and drawing panic to a shuddering kiss twixt the magnificence of her fatal breasts. Allure to their abyss, the spirits fall. Well, this is what has happened. So, what a great price life has really paid for this transformative change to bring about a change in the inconscient matter. Yeah. What a price he has paid. See? That's a miracle, shadowy miracle, as this is. Across the field of sight, across the field of sight, she multiplied, as on a scenic film or moving plate, the implacable splendor of her nightmare form, implacable splendor of her nightmare form, scenic film or moving plate. Well, see, in those days they used to use the plates for camera, for photography. In those days, someone is reminded of, he's kind of stuck with that, you see. Now we have got modern cameras altogether different, you see, digital cameras, absolutely. You don't need even a plate, you don't need a film, nothing, you see. The image is stored straight away, you see. As on a scenic film or moving plate, the implacable splendor, implacable, you cannot satisfy its hunger, its thirst, implacable splendor of her nightmare forms. This is what she is. Across the field she multiplied, as now she sings, the splendor on the dark background of a soulless world. She staged between the lurid light and shade. Her dramas is sorrow the depths, written on the agonized nerves of living things. What a terrible description, no, this one. Her dramas is sorrow the depths, dramas of sorrow the depths, written on the agonized nerves of living things, epics of horror and grim majesty. Rise statues, spat and stiffened in lice mud. Rise statues, spat. The statues spat, spitting, you see. Spat and stiffened in lice mud, you see. A glut of hideous form and hideous days. Plenty, I mean, you are kind of multiplying, but plenty of you, see, gluttony, full. Paralyzed pity in the hardened breast. So pity itself gets hardened now. There is no more pity, it becomes stiff, like that. A glut of hideous form means plenty of form. Glut means too many, you see, no, it's not same. Gluttony, greedy, like that, keep on eating, you see, that's time. A glut of hideous forms and hideous days. A glut of hideous form. So the third foot is anapis. And last foot is also an anapis, you see. A glut I am of hate. Of hate I am. Des form. Third foot is anapis. And hate I am. Es, this again I am. Anapis, you see. Paralyzed pity in the hardened breast. In booths of sin, the night repairs of light. In booths of sin, the night repairs of light. See what kind of vocabulary Sri has, you see, tremendous. And he uses his command of the English language in such a masterly way. In booths, well, I can understand. But he says, night repairs of life, night repair. The place where you go and rest, that is called repair. You are repairing to Washington. It means you are going to Washington, staying there for a while, repairing. That is the phrase, you say, repair. See. Same way, night repair. So in the night you go and kind of stay there, live there for a while, you see. In booths of sin and night repairs, what kind of repair? What kind of place that thing is? Oh, vice. Means you are repairing yourself in the vice there. You are staying in a booth which is of sin. Sin is the booth, vice is the night repair, in that sense. In booths of sin and night repairs of vice, style infamy, the body's concupiscence. Obviously, you are in that kind of a public place there, you see. So there is a concupiscence and sordid imagination etched in flesh, turn lust into a decorative art.
It is.
Terrible picture, you see, terrible picture. Sordid imagination etched in flesh. Your body itself, flesh itself, as if you're carving on that flesh, these sordid imaginations, figures, turned into decorative art. They have become, see, as you are tattooing on the physical body, so that it is happening on the flesh itself. The sordid imagination, etched in flesh, marked their ground. I mean, flesh itself is, you are etching on that, marking that thing, engraving. Turn lust into a decorative art. It's a very frightening kind of a picture, you see. No modernist can really come to closer to this kind of thing. You cannot imagine. Abusing nature's gift, her perverse. Abusing nature's gift, her perverse skill. Immortalize the sown grain of living death. Nature has given a gift to you, but then you are using that gift for what? To sow death. You are putting the grain of death in this thing. Nature has given you a gift of life, and what you are doing is you are sowing the seed of death there. Abusing nature's gift. So she has done, and this kind of thing has happened. Her perverse skill, Because the perverse skill of life, this has happened. Immortalized the sown gift. So in other words, death, living death has become immortal. Because she has put that gift there. She is living death. Now there is a reference about this living death. I think I have got something. Let me see. In this line, across the field of sight, she multiplied. Across the field of sight. This is what we have got here. Across the field of sight. The revised edition has across his field of sight.
His field of the
Revised edition, 1993.
he, it means the king.
Across his field of sight.
Who he? The Ashwapati.
Huh?
Ashwapati.
New edition of Savitri.
No, I know. He.
His
Ashwapati?
means Ashwapati. Obviously. He should stand for Ashwapati only.
Okay.
I think that is not really proper at all. I mean, in the whole description, you don't get that thing at all. You are unnecessarily bringing Ashwapati here, you see. It is he who is seeing all that thing. Across the field of sight, it is so beautiful by itself. You see, demonstrate across his field of sight, it becomes very weak. It is understood that across the field of sight, his sight. It is understood automatically, you see. She multiplied on a scenic film, a moving plate, implacable splendor. As if Ashwapati is getting kind of a secondary picture of the whole thing, not the original. She multiplying, you see. It's very, I will say, it's a very unfortunate. Maybe in some earlier drafts, Srivandu has put his field. But then the fact that we have here thee, how has that his got changed into thee? Of that we have no idea. It was obligatory on the part of the editors of the revised edition to explain that. Why they have changed? The history of the whole composition. That is the whole problem with this one. On the dark background of a soulless, we are trying to see this line, no? Abusing nature's gift, her perverse skill. Immortalize the sown grain of a living death. Immortalize the sown grain of living death. It's a very beautiful description. Very powerful description. Now, there is a little earlier reference, 57.7. 55.7. A hidden fusion, conscious of its force, a vague and lurking presence everywhere, a contrary doom that threatens all things made, death figuring as a dark shade of light. Death figuring as a dark shade of light. Here we have got immortalized the sown grain, the dark seed, the sown grain. He has kind of elaborated on that phrase here. Sown grain of living death. Obviously, when you are sowing a seed, it has to be living. Otherwise, it will not grow. Therefore, living death. Sown good has to be there because of living. And we have got here dark seed of life. Seed of life. Same thing. Death is the dark seed of life. Yes. In other words, it is because of death something is growing. In a certain sense, therefore, death is playing a kind of a positive role in the promotion of life. Immortalized sown grain of living them in a mud goblet, pour the Bacchic wine to satisfy the thesis of a god. Oh my God. So this is all Greek mythology completely, you see, in a mud goblet. That is what the Greeks used to use. They used to use goblet for drinking wine, Bacchic wine, you see. And they used to have amethyst cup for drinking wine. Cup made of amethyst stone, gem.
Yeah.
And the amethyst means basically, howsoever you may drink, you don't get drunk. How so much you drink, you don't get drunk. That is the amethyst, you see. Don't get drunk at all. So that is the Bacchic wine.
Amethyst. It's a stone, no? Yeah.
Bluish, the color, the magnet.
The what? The glass. Oh, yeah. Also
Bluish colored stone. They used to they used to drink wine in the amethyst cups, you see, like that, so that you don't get drunk. You can drink as much as you like. You see. They got to that, you see, in a goblet. So the Bacchic wine. So this goblet is actually made of amethyst. To a satyr gave the thesis of a god. Satyr is the attendant of Dionysius, Bacchus, of Bacchus, satyr, with horns on his head. Sometimes they say it is half animal, half man, but sometimes they say it is half goat and a man with a horn on that satyr. Lascivious figure, enjoying lust and merrymaking in that. Thyrsus of a god, staff of a god, Thyrsus. That is what Dionysus carries in his hand, stuff made of pine. And then he used to carry and go around that thing. So, Thyrsus of a god, Dionysus Thyrsus, that staff, that stick has been given to this statue. They were absolutely at home in Greek mythology, you see, and uses it so freely, so casually, so easily in a mud goblet. But this is a mud goblet, not of. Oh, the Bacchic wine to a satyr gave the kisses of a god. Man, enjoy. He is a creature who enjoys in merrymaking, luxury, in enjoying satyr.